So I went to church and I'm super tired. I don't know why. I don't know. It's clearly a spirit that the spirit of tiredness. It just hits every time on Sundays. But we gonna rebuke it. But I ended up going to church today, and update, I did go to church with the Uber friend and it went well. But y'all, overall it went well. But let me tell y'all how the devil was working today. So I get in the car, this man is complaining of a stomach ache. And I'm like, dang, like, and he was in a lot of pain too. Like, he was like, I am in so much pain right now. Like, holding, like, you know it hurt when the person is holding where it hurts at. You know when you get hit, like when your mom like smack your hand or something or hit you and you hold it, you know that junk hurt. So he's holding it. He like, yo, like, I am just in so much pain right now. Like, this is that and the third. Like, I almost did not come. Like, I was about to text you, like, I'm sorry, like, I can't make it. This is that and the third. But I tried my best to come. So he's over here, like, complaining about pain in the side of his stomach. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, if you pray to God, he just might. He said, just might. I said, he just might. Because I want to say he is and it's not a way. And then you looking at me and God and we looking like, I don't know. So we driving. He takes like a Tylenol or something like that. So then we pull up to the church. Okay, I'm thinking, okay, we just got to make it into sanctuary. He going to worship. The pain going to go away. Hallelujah. Benediction. And right when he closes the door, when he gets out from the driver's side and closes the door, he jams his finger into the door. Jams his finger into the door. This man, this child of God, okay? This child of God's finger turns like legit, like is like bleeding black, like it's like turning or bruised or whatever like that. And he's in so much, like, you know when you in so much pain you can't even, like, literally, that's how bad it hurts. So I'm over here, like, I don't know, like, now I know this about myself. Like, when I'm in situations like this where somebody's like legit suffering, I don't know why I laugh, but it's like a giggle. It's like a giggle of like, oh my gosh, like, this is not real. Like, this is not happening. Like, and I'm the person who invited this man, but it's like, yo, the devil is keep trying to make this man not want to come to church. Or like, it's like, he has so many opportunities to go home, or he had so many opportunities to be like, you know what? We gonna try this another time. But he really did persevere. So he jams his finger. We walk in, we go to the welcome desk, and we're like, I'm like, do you have a Band-Aid? Do you got some numbing cream, something? So they pull out the first aid kit, get him a Band-Aid. I'm over here nursing at church. I thought I was supposed to clock in later tonight, but clearly I'm clocking in early. Okay? And so I put the Band-Aid on his finger, and then this lady go gets him some ice. And so during the service, he was icing his finger. And I mean, as church continued, and basically up until now, he feels better. Everything is not completely gone, but it's definitely more mild compared to the disaster, severe pain that he was when we came into church. And funny enough, the sermon was about a health revolution. And so basically how no matter what we look like on the outside, it's important that we take care of what our insides and what is happening in our insides. Because if you neglect what's happening to you on the inside, and if you neglect your health, neglect your mind, neglect all these things, they will soon show themselves on the outside. And just basically how we can trust God and use God as like the pinnacle standard and like person to direct us to live more healthier lives and stuff like that. So he said it kind of helped him and what he was going through. So, but man, he came in down bad. But then also too, another thing that I want to talk about, this is kind of like everywhere, but another thing that I want to talk about is just like relationships, right? Like that I was talking about, like making friends at church, and like how hard it is to make friends at church, and like finding people that are spirit led, so that you can like connect with them on a more spiritual companionship than just like more like, you know, of the world type stuff. And I was having a conversation with my friend, and we were talking about how sometimes God puts you in isolation. And I feel like for at least a year to date now, God has been putting me in isolation, and I've been asking for community, and I've been asking for Christian friends and stuff like that. And I'm like, dang, God, like, when are you going to make it happen? Like, when am I going to get these Christian friends and stuff like that? And my friend brought up to me that, like, first off, my friend wise, period. Because y'all going to be like, dang, your friend always telling you something, yo. And I'm going to soak it up. No, but my friend was saying that sometimes the beauty when you're first making a relationship with God is just that. It's a relationship with you and God. And so when you have that relationship, it's so intimate because in your world, it's you and God. And the only thing that you have to compare yourself to is yourself and the growth that you have with God. And sometimes God will keep you in that season of you and him so that you can grow to know him more, where you can be more vulnerable to him, and that you can learn without being scrutinized for it. So like right now in the space that I am with God, if I do something or if I have any shortcomings and stuff like that, it's something that I'm gonna take up with God, and that I'm going to work harder to be better. Or the great things that happen with me and God, they're just like little wins that me and God have together, that we have this language. Now, when you start adding other people and you start immersing yourself within community and stuff like that, that gives the door, that leaves the door open for other people to have opinions. That leaves the door open for you to compare your blessings to what other people's blessings are. That leaves the door to open for that relationship with God to kind of, and how you see God to be altered, because now your experience is being lived with that other person, which is that friend or that other group. And I feel like I need to be able to basically enjoy where I am and what season I am right now with God, where it's just me and him, and be okay with that, because I know that this is my incubation type of season. Like kind of like when you have a baby, because I'm a labor and delivery nurse. It's like where when the mom is having the baby and she is growing the baby in her stomach, the baby only really knows that connection that it has with the mom. It knows its mom's heartbeat. It knows when the mom is breathing. When the mom eats, the baby eats. And it's basically that like unification type of thing, type of relationship. And I feel like as a working Christian, you know, I'm working on it. That's the season that I'm in. I'm in that incubation period. I'm in that beginning stage where it's just me and God, and I just need to figure out God's heartbeat. I got to figure out God's voice. Every time I hear his voice, I kick a little bit, you know, and just trying to be present with God. And eventually I'll have the season where I'm delivered and I will be able to immerse myself within the church community and with other church people, and be firm within myself and who I am and who God is to me, and where I stand in a more Christian aspect and not like fall. And I mean, of course, we're human, right? Like, I'm going to have those days, or I'm gonna have those times where I do fall short and I'm doubting myself and I'm comparing and this, that, and the third, and there are people who I think are supposed to be Christian are not doing Christian things, and I like rethink the whole Christianity thing. But it's like, through my incubation period, I will have a foundation. And with that foundation, and with a great foundation, even though I'm getting attacked, and even though I'm having doubts, and even though I'm just questioning and not understanding what's going on, or I'm feeling some type of way, I can always come back down and like remember what it is that I've experienced with God alone, and what he said, and be more versatile in his word to be able to combat what the enemy is trying to conquer. And we all know the enemy never wins. It's never been that story. It's never going to be that story. So it was really nice to share this Sunday with the Uber friend. And I don't know, I had a little pressure on me. Like, I feel like when you go to church by yourself, like even that, like let's even talk about that. Like when I go to church by myself, baby, it's me and God. Like, I don't feel no pressure to make nobody like the church. It's really just how I feel about the church, how I feel about the sermon. But like when you bring another person to church with you, the pressure is getting worse. Like, hey, yo, like the pressure is on, because you over here worshiping, and you like in your trying to be in your own head, but you also looking to the right, like, dang, is this person liking this part? Ooh, they not raising their hand this time. I ain't hear no I clap, nothing to the pastor. So you just over here like, dang, I hope this person likes it too. So it's like, it's even like, it's just so much about like, it's just, I don't know. There's so many things that I could talk about like when you're just like single, or when you're an individual with like your relationship with God, and then when you're like having to like deal with like connecting with other people, or like bringing somebody into your journey. Because when you're by yourself, it don't matter what everybody else feel. It don't matter what's going on with them, because the only thing you really care about is how you feel about what's going on in that time. But when you finally bring somebody, or when you bring somebody to the equation of you, it's no longer really about yourself. So with that being said, if you are a new Christian, or if you are a seasoned Christian, how about if you're a new Christian, enjoy the time that you are by yourself. Enjoy the time that you have with you and God, where you can only really care about yourself, care about your growth, care about what you like and what you don't like. And if you are a seasoned Christian, maybe if you are already immersed in all these different groups, in these different Christian communities with all these Christian friends, sometimes maybe divert yourself from the group and get back to that relationship that you have with you and God, and just enjoy those times where you can really only think about yourself and how you feel, and how you can be more sanctified, and like, you know, get the fruits. I think that made sense. You know what I mean. But yeah, that was my Sunday. Oh yeah, and I wear a hat to church. The Haitians, the Haitian community would die. Hey, they would talk about me right now. But I went to church like this, and it's not about, it's not about what you wear. I mean, it's almost about what you wear. Like, just make sure you're covered up. But it's about going, and the Lord will see your efforts. Bye.